Good evening everyone and welcome to session recap 14 November 2016. My name is Nenad and today, as always, 5 different setups. I hope that you enjoyed and that you're still enjoying this great volatility that has been set after US presidential elections. Market is moving really good and now it's really time that you can make easy money if you know what you're doing, and I hope you know, because we've been there to remind you for trade setups. It's very clear what has been happening since US elections, and finally we get volatility that I like to see. You can see that finally euro dollar also breached 1.0800, where I was really waiting for that setup, and I told you to go short. Pound yen is long, dollar yen is long, pound dollar is both ways, so you can really trade without any big stress if you know your money management and you know how to apply basic price action principles. So before we begin, as always, our standard risk disclaimer explaining that online educational materials are available at Markets Estonia for a global audience. Take into consideration that the information in this session is not suitable for everyone. Other Markets Ltd takes no responsibility for information accuracy. This is solely my opinion, and this webinar is for informational and educational purposes only. And risk disclosure statement stating all possibilities associated with Forex market. By accepting the risk, you're also proceeding further with me. Okay, my name is Nenad, and today, well, as always, our standard session recap, new setups. But before we begin with new setups, well, for our newcomers and people who are new to this webinar, and for people who have been watching this webinar for quite a long time, well, we need to say a few things. You need to give price a breathing room, and we enter within 15 pips of the predicted level if it's in agreement with your system. The level or the zone is called POC, or point of confluence. That is the buffer zone. So POC zone is a zone where we expect price to reject. Use scaling in if you wish, and you do your own trade and money management, guys. I always say I teach you how to fish, but you need to fish yourself, because always it's the fact we can trade the same method, the same system, but every single one of us will have a different result, guys. So don't rely on just on system historical data. Try to trade whatever, guys, suits you. There is a host of opportunities, a ton of opportunities out there, and you should grab and trade what you're feeling comfortable with, okay? And that is why I give you price action principles, and the principles that are always good to trade, even if you trade with a simple system or with mechanical indicator system. It's always good to know right and professional price action principles. Okay, so one more thing to add, you know this, but just let me remind you, add a spread to your stop loss. And if you think that you don't want to trade without a stop loss, then think twice. You take and we take only one position per listed pair, so it can be either positional or alternative trade, whichever hits first. The only exception is when you do breakout trades and scalping. That is the time where you can actually add to your existing position if you are in a position. So let's say, for example, that you have a long trade going on. So if you want to add a breakout trade to your existing trade, it's okay. All other reasons, we only take one position per listed pair. Okay, so there is no exception, guys. You need to learn how to trade properly, and you never think about over trading. No matter how good market seems to you, well, don't over trade. You saw my trades today. I was trading pound yen, and I actually posted it on YouTube, so you could see. I mean, guys, I took 2 trades. I took then one more trade. It was euro dollar short. It was a simple scalp trade, euro dollar short. So basically I made 3 trades. I made like 80, 90 pips today, and it's enough for the day. I mean, it's even maybe more than we should actually focus, because if you try to feel invincible and if you try to feel that every single of your trades will come to fruition and will give you profits, well, that is when market usually slaps you over your face and gives you a big face palm. So don't do that, okay? You just need to focus on making profits. Just go and find your own goal, your own profit target per day, and do not overtrade no matter what you think, okay? That is why I intentionally posted 2 pound yen trades today, just because in these market conditions you can actually really exploit different setups, but still do not overtrade it. Breakout trades and scalp trade levels can be traded independently. Position trades we call trend trades. Alternative trades we call counter trend trades, and depending on time and volatility we use profit stop after 20 pips, not less. Okay, session recap setups are valid for today, tomorrow, and sometimes the day after tomorrow. Always pay attention to my Twitter updates, and scalp trades should be done at or very close to important support resistance levels. If you see that I give you a scalp setup, then be safe to know that all those levels are calculated by historic levels and Camarilla. Add these levels to your system, pay attention to trend, and sometimes if you miss a trade, then you can actually try to find another trend-based trade, the trade that is based on your own system. People occasionally ask me, Nenad, what do you do if you miss a trade? Guys, it's easy. I mean, if you miss a trade, you don't jump in a freight train and I mean, it's stupid, because if you jump in a trade that has already been happening for, let's say, during the intraday volatility during London session, you might get up buying too high or selling too low. In that case, I patiently wait. If I don't get a positional setup, I'm trying to exploit breakout setup. If I don't have a breakout setup, guys, then I will scalp in the trend direction. So if I see that price is getting away from my possible positional trade, then I will scalp. It means I would drop to lower time frames and I would try to find an entry that will not give me 30, 40, 50 pips. Instead, it will give me 10 pips or 15 pips. And I'm still okay. Why? Because I made 15 pips, right? And I still wasn't buying higher or selling lower because I was using scalp method. And scalping is usually done on 5-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, right? And don't forget, each time frame has a trend. You can spot a trend on 1-minute chart, and you can also spot a trend on weekly chart. So guys, I mean, I just cannot tell you how Forex can be beautiful business if you know, just if you pay attention to what you've been learning, if you don't stray away from rules, and if you respect money management. That is the most, I mean, the single most important thing out of all important things. Okay? Also, guys, if you see the term pips pool, know that pips pool is the maximum available number of pips you could have got on recap entries. Okay, so now, what we had previous week? Guys, previous week, as you remember, Chris and I did a webinar, and we actually showed you possible setups. What will happen if Clinton wins, and what will happen should Trump win? Well, we all know that Trump has won these elections, and now actually we need to see what will happen during the first 100 days of his reign. I'm very interested to see the development of his politics. Really, I'm very interested. And also I think that we will do some articles on his 100 days of reign, and his points, most important points, that are related to industry itself. What I would like to see from Trump is that that is my wish, right guys? I would like to see that Trump actually gives US traders more freedom so they can trade outside of US. For example, they can come to us and trade with us. I would really like that because I have a lot of traders from US who have been constantly asking me, when can we start to trade with you? We would really like to do that. Well, I always say, guys, we don't want any problems with US government because US citizens are not allowed to trade it with us. But one of the things that I would really love to see is that Trump actually gives traders financial freedom to trade wherever they want from. I don't know if it will happen, but for the industry it will be great. Okay, so what happened to dollar Mexican peso? Well, clear as the clearest lake in the world, clear as the clearest sea. Guys, I don't have to tell you how many times I've been mentioning that dollar peso, that peso trade is Trump trade. So dollar peso is actually was long all the time. Trump was winning, guys. What did I tell you? If Trump wins, or if you see that it's very close to win, I was actually following the elections till 2 a.m. 2:30 a.m. GMT. Then Chris continued, and what I wanted to tell you guys, well, as news kept coming in that Trump has been winning, well, what happened is dollar peso was a buy trade, and then there was a pre-election, pre-final news that was very clear that Trump would probably win these elections, and all you had to do if you wanted to trade is buy into dips. So this was previous week. I told you to buy on dips towards 2022, and what happened is, you see, well, almost 22 was hit, it was 21.40, right? But really, this was this was really a no-brainer trade for all traders who traded dollar peso. Euro dollar, what did I tell you? Well, euro dollar was actually, it's not the best pair to trade during the elections, but well, I said long above 1.1145. This happened actually during the elections, and it went to 12.90. Okay, after the elections, you probably remember my euro dollar setup a week ago, where I told you to actually sell euro dollar, and I think that you sold euro dollar as I told you to do, and you probably made nice money and nice pips with selling euro dollar. Because it was clear, guys, dollar was in uptrend. Actually, stock market is currently appreciating Trump win because they think, investors think that Trump can actually recover U.S. economy. Well, it still needs to be seen what he will do, how he will implement, but market reaction has been, I need to say, very positive so far. So a lot of traders probably expected that if Trump won, that euro dollar would probably go to 1.20, dollar yen would drop below 100. What happened? Disaster will happen. Well, you can see that there is no disaster. Trading has been better than last couple of months. I like this volatility, and I invite you to enjoy as long as it lasts. So there is a lot of trading opportunity, and I will tell you what I see. So you can see euro dollar was actually long above 1.1145, sell below 1.1090. The thing is, after US elections, I did a couple of I think it was one euro dollar analysis, and if you actually sold euro dollar, you would be in profit. Okay, and then it's better to say if you had sold, you would have been in profit because the trade has already happened. And at this time we have another possibility for short trades that I gave you today with Forex Empire, right? You probably saw that, and yeah. I will read your comments just after I finish with these initial slides. GBP dollar was a sell, guys, at 23.00. Well, that is what I told you to do. After the elections, actually, well, it dropped a lot, then it jumped a lot. I mean, we all knew what happened with pound dollar, but yeah, this is the old slide. I didn't update it. But what happened is it dropped, then it jumped, and I told you that pound dollar was in uptrend a couple of days ago, and this is actually pound dollar after the elections. So I said it would probably drop, and it dropped. And you see, I told you to look for 23.90 long, and well, this is what happened, and then it dropped, then it was moved in uptrend, and the only short for me was actually 23.50, but 23.50 never happened because price came close to 23.50 and never broke below 23.50. Okay, so this was also dollar yen, one of the best trade setups, because I told you that if Trump wins, probably dollar yen would drop initially and then it will be bought. Exactly same happened. Dollar yen dropped heavily, and I told you to go long 102.50, and a trader, I remember, asked me during the webinar, but Nenad, if Trump wins the election, when why will you buy dollar yen? And I said, well, because dollar yen is long. Initially it will drop. Initially it will drop, and this happened. And then, well, you see, from actually it was from 101, but I mean that was volatility, but it was clear to me that it will be bought. But the only problem is that I really didn't expect that dollar yen would really recover so heavily. But definitely, guys, it's now risk on, and you can see dollar is really gaining strength. Also, you can see that dollar yen is probably targeting 110, where I will short and 110. So until then, probably we will see also uptrend, because 110 is, I think, the target for dollar yen possible rejection. Okay, so that happened, guys. And yeah, now I see comment, Martin is saying, thank you for your article, weakness should continue on Forex Empire. Yes, you are very welcome. Actually, that was the analysis, guys, that I did today, and I did it with Forex Empire. Admiral Markets and Forex Empire also have a mutual cooperation, and they asked us to actually provide fresh analysis each Monday. So here on Forex Empire, this was the analysis, okay? And I was very clear with the analysis where I said that euro dollar is actually short on rallies and that weakness should continue. I mean, guys, I don't know. Everyone has their own views about euro dollar, but for me, this is sell on rallies, and I think that it's targeting even 1.0590 at this point. Maybe it will go even lower, but definitely 1.0870, 85 is possible sell point, and even now we can see that euro is tanking. So read the analysis. I will actually give you the setup for this week, but this was for today. So actually you could have seen that. One more question. Martin is saying, from your lips to God's ears, Trump freed the Americans. Well, I hope that really, as I said, that he will help Americans to actually, at least what I really would like to see is that they can trade freely. Okay, taxes should be still paid, of course. As always, guys, we need to pay taxes. It's normal in every country to pay taxes. It's I mean, you know, the regulations. But still, guys, I think that people should decide freely where they, with who will they trade and which broker they want to use. So let's see if it will happen. Yeah, this was pound yen analysis. Continuation, yes, sure guys. Yeah, question about pound yen. Yes, I did pound yen analysis just after I finished with euro dollar. New question, right? Hello Nenad, right now I'm going through price action school and I like that a lot. Yes, for all indicators for price action training school, this is my email. So care to please send me an email here and I will send you. Yes, so we will finish with questions after I give you this week's setups. Well, I mean, euro dollar is in downtrend. It's very clear. We don't have to think twice about it, but it's a little bit low, right, guys? It's a little bit low for us to actually buy, for us to sell. So what I would like to see is a bit of healthy retracement before we actually sell. But at this point, guys, we can see that euro dollar is really, I mean, watch this. This is order block here. So probably what would happen is if euro dollar continues to drop, we would see no, this is Australian dollar, yeah, but euro dollar is different. Here, yeah, and we need to mark these levels, guys. Very important zones. I would say this is the zone roughly, yeah. Also order block here, the zone for selling into, ATR confluence here. So you can see, guys, it's actually hitting this level. So when it makes 4-hour close below this level, and this level is actually 1.0717, let's say 1.0715, where it makes 4-hour close, I guess it will target 1.06, 1.0595 because it's dropping like a stone. There is no healthy retracement, and on this pair I would really like to see some healthy retracement, guys. We also have an X cross here. You can see an X cross here. What I can tell you about euro dollar is that this zone is now zone where buyers are probably putting their orders, because their orders have been probably placed, guys. This was a huge reversal from after Trump elections, right? After he won the election. What happened is euro dollar dropped, okay, heavily, and watch the level. What did I tell you last time? 1.0850, and it happened. So this is the zone where new sellers will probably show up. Now these sellers are historical sellers, and because history repeats itself, historical sellers will probably align with now moment sellers in time, and I personally think that here at this point here around this zone we would see probably a new short. I mean, you see, guys, I'm not sure if it will happen, because the price is too low. But what I can say is pay attention to 4-hour close below L3. If it happens, then you need to actually use shorter time frames and try to short it maybe a little bit lower, because it's too, you see, it's definitely sold heavily. So I'm not sure that retracement will be big enough to actually get a new short from the zone. But it's the zone where I will short it if it gets there. So let me give you one more time the analysis. Maybe you can also try, guys, to actually short from here. I mean, 1.0750 was already hit, guys. We need close below 0.715 or 0.700 to actually have new fresher shorts. I would say 1.0715. So maybe you can also pay attention to 1.800, 1.0800, yeah. Because here at 1.0800, now let's drop to 1 hour time frame. You see, guys, around the zone. It's not the, I mean, it's 70. Yeah, you see here. This is order block now. And this is the zone where it could reject. So take something like median, the middle point in this zone. You see it's also ATR pivot point. So here around 0800, probably we could see new shorts there, guys. See, so it's retracing, but I'm not sure if it will get to our primary zone. So pay attention to this zone too. Well, it needs to have a divergence, of course, because the price is really heavily oversold. So now we are seeing the divergence has been playing out, so we need to see if it actually will give us proper retracement. So pay attention to this zone and definitely this zone too. Yes, Martin, if we see a 4-hour close below L3, yes, it will be continuation. Yes, that is what I think. So we need to see close below L3, Camarilla pivot. This is weekly pivot point, Camarilla. So if it closes below L3, well, we would probably see continuation. Also, guys, where euro dollar might turn, what I think is, if it doesn't break 0.715, it could turn at least to give us healthy retracement. But if it drops, it should give us some possibly buying opportunity here at this zone, at this level, because you see here, guys, we had a lot of history, huge history of buyers here at this spot. You see a lot of history. So I think that euro dollar drop should reverse when it hits 1.0590 at least for some time, because I think that investors will start pulling out their short trades, because this is level what they're aiming, and probably they will probably initiate new shorts once euro dollar makes a healthy retracement. As you know by now, you should have known by now, every close of sell trade is automatic buy into the market. Okay, every close of a sell is an auto buy. So what would happen is probably euro dollar short trades would close here, and well, it would probably jump from L4. Javier is asking me what is the little pivots between L3 H3. It's my ATR indicator that prints ATR pivot points. Very accurate, very good. If you want to have it, as always, feel free to email me and I will send it to you. Okay, Javier, no problem. So here you can see that, well, that's it. Euro dollar could retrace if we don't see a 4-hour close below L3. It probably will jump from this level, and if it gets here, it's a short trade. Pound dollar is in downtrend. Well, if you think that pound dollar was in uptrend, I need to say that you were right. But now weekly sell is currently happening on pound dollar. So that is why we are seeing a sell-off. So sell-off because of weekly sell, I will tell you, and I will show you weekly. This is pound dollar, and yes, guys, pound dollar was in uptrend, really. It's retracing now, but still, guys, weekly. Watch weekly. Here, you see, this is how weekly closed. Okay, Fibonacci here. Watch this. Fibonacci, trend line confluence from the 50 retracement. So this is weekly sell happening. It needs to actually close, 4 hour needs to close below 24.38, let's say 24.35, in order for pound dollar to proceed lower. But it's currently a sell position. So I would go for a sell. For me, I gave you pound dollar buy setup a week ago, but now because dollar is gaining strength and because pound dollar has reached 50 retracement of the last swing, well, I would go with again with a sell trade. For me, sell is 25.50. 25.50, guys, for me is a possible sell trade. I mean, this sell is still going on, it's happening. Now if we actually remove this weekly fib, go to 4 hour time frame, here I thought actually that pound dollar will be bought at the end of Friday, because at the end of Friday it looked bullish, but after I saw the gap, and the gap was closed instantly when market opened, and then it was continuation of down move, I think that pound dollar is in downtrend now. Because usually what happens, there was a gap, guys. At the open, you see this gap, it was closed at the next candle, and there was a continuation. When I see this, I assume that markets are bearish, and it looks like market is bearish really, because usually when gap is closed and the price continues in that same direction, it's a sign of a trend. So for me, pound is a sell, and I would look to sell around 25.50, because if you take a look at this 4 hour time frame, guys, this looks like not very well developed, but it looks like a rooftop, guys. This is rooftop pattern. Rooftop pattern is very similar to head and shoulders. It's a bearish pattern that happens when price hits important resistance level, and it actually hit important resistance level on weekly chart. So on 4 hour it's rooftop based on weekly, and here, guys, well, it's going down. So 25.50 for me is a sell trade. A lot of sellers there around 25.50. This candle then breakout retest continuation trade. Another sell off, historical buyers here. 2 candles of historical sellers, sorry, here. It's now moment history, so in now moment price action, I expect it to be rejected if it gets there. So pound dollar is short trade, but I would like to see a retracement, really. I would like to see a retracement. If we see a 24.20, we can look for a breakout sell. Okay, then stop losses should be above last 1 hour high. TP is 23.90 and 23.50. That will be target price. 22.20, why? Because it's a confluence with EMA 89 and L4. So if L4 gets broken, okay, I think that pound dollar will tank heavily. Where I would buy pound dollar? I would buy a bit lower, guys, really a bit lower. Let me show you the, yeah, pound dollar here, 22.70. See 22.70, guys, be patient. I will reply all of your questions when I finish with slides. So you see here pound dollar dropping, and as I said, I would like to see a retracement, then sell again, and I would buy here. if it drops. So I'm waiting really for that retracement. Australian dollar is sell also 76.20, 76.60 stop 75.00. Also guys, watch out the news tonight, because there will be some news concerning employment in Australia. Please watch the news, because it will, I guess it will move the price. So yeah, watch it definitely, pay attention to it. And it's sell for me. 76.20. Australian dollar, yeah. Here. Bearish order block here. Look, this double bottom, historical double bottom here. So I guess this should reject. I don't know what news will give us, but my personal opinion is if there is some strong news, it could give a retracement, so we can actually place another short. Because guys, news are usually used to give you a retracement that is good to give you a positional trade. Because trend on Australian dollar now is to the downside. After the news, I doubt that the trend will change. So my plan is to use news as a slingshot for another short opportunity. So what I think is that Australian dollar could sell from this zone, and it should go a little bit lower. So from intra-week perspective, it's 76.20 sell, 76.60 is stop, 75.00 is the target here. So watch for news tonight if we will see, as I say, a slingshot that would give us a profitable trade opportunity toward the lower levels. So let's wait for it, guys. Okay, I'm really looking forward to it. But as I say, I still don't know whether it will happen. If it happens, then great, we will exploit new short opportunity should it happen. So we need to actually wait and see, guys. Okay, it's now about being patient, guys. Okay, wait and see. Okay, one more thing to add is also for all traders who want to trade dollar yen, I have a short setup for you guys. For me, still dollar yen is buy, but if it hits 110, I would sell it. And I have my pending order placed at 110. I would still look a little bit into that stop loss when dollar yen gets hit, but I think the dollar yen could sell off from 110 or close to 110 zone with a TP at 107.00. I think it could solve from that zone. Here dollar yen, you see it's going up really now, it's rejecting, but it's still in a heavy uptrend. And definitely, I mean, it needs some retracement. But I think this is what dollar yen wants. It wants a target 110.00 hit. So 107.10, it will probably be bought. I would say somewhere around this region. Let's zoom out. Watch this, guys. Very important zone for bulls. Very important level. 107. In the history, this candle here, where my pointer is showing, the low was 107.10. Okay, you can see it here, this candle. So 430 pips spike. So what I think is, if it drops there at 107.10, it could reject towards 110. But I need to see a drop before I buy it. It's too high for me to buy it. If I don't see any retracement, then, as I said, I have my pending order around 110. So I hope that it will actually get there to be sold heavily. Okay? And pound yen, as I said, pound yen is in uptrend. Why I put a question mark here? Because we already had a, today after my analysis, it actually, it almost hit 134.60. And actually it's already rejecting. It was at 135.15. It does not have a 4-hour close above this zone. So for continuation, we need to see a close, 4-hour close above 135.15. We don't see it now, so we might see some retracement. But it's tricky, guys, because pound yen moves heavily. And here, guys, I will open pound yen. I said to go long around 134.60. I mean, this is, guys, still too shallow of retracement. Watch this. It's not that big of retracement. But if it wants to reject from the level, it will reject. So that is why I put question mark. Because the trade here, after my analysis today, the price dropped to 134.72, guys. So I might assume that it already rejected from here. Okay? So the only thing is, what I would like to tell you is, watch for this level. It's better than the other one. I mean, you understand my point. It could reject again. But I would be personally watching more for 133.25. Because it could use some sort of retracement, but you see it's already rejecting that important point. So just pay attention to this and let's see what it will happen. 133.25. If you want to place a trade, maybe here you can scalp, but be wary. If it starts to drop heavily below 134.60, then I would be careful with longs, really. So please pay attention to that. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see the questions, guys. Okay. These are setups. I will roll it. Okay, I will roll it now. So you can snapshot the screen. And then let me show you the screen. So after that, you can ask me questions. Okay, let's see. This is euro dollar. I will now roll the slides. Okay. Here. Here. Dollar yen. And finally, this is pound yen. Okay, guys, so let's see the questions. Okay. Now, opinions on Euro GBP. Okay, guys, so Euro GBP, well, let me open the chart. Euro GBP, okay, here. This is Euro GBP, and okay, you see it's a bit of ranging. It's going nowhere. What I would do is actually watch for this. Okay, this is we can call it a pennant, right? But I would call it running triangle. You see, this is actually running triangle. So pay attention to any breakout. When I see this, usually I go for a breakout trade. So here you can actually go long, here you can go short. So pay attention to this, and here you can actually see how it is at this point. This is congestion. This range is 56 pips. You see Euro GBP 56 pips. There is not big volatility in this pair, Euro GBP. So I would go with a limited breakout. So once these trend lines break, try to go with trigger happy trade if there is enough movement in the market. And for positional trades, there is no positional setup. Because this is congestion range, there is no clear POC zone here. Okay, so it's not clear. This is Euro GBP, really not clear, not good enough to make any positional trade. I would stay away from positional trade here. Hamza is asking, where would you think it's good to short pound dollar? I already showed you where to short pound dollar. Egil's another question about Australian dollar. Could it go up? Could it go up? It could continue the upside from the triangle. Well, it will depend on the news, but I'm short, really. I'm short on Australian dollar. Indeed, copper is going up, as you see. It's ranging, and it doesn't follow. So I would short it. I mean, for me, technical analysis is clear. This is high, this is low, this is lower high, this is lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I would like a retracement then to enter a clear POC zone. Okay, so yeah, I would actually take a look at it. Next question. Opinion on gold. Okay, gold. You see, guys, gold. I mean, this is, we definitely need to switch this to monthly pivots. It's too low. Monthly pivot points, and see. I would go with short trades. Here, this line is possible short trade opportunity. This line also a possible short trade opportunity. Here, see, there. So I guess gold could use a retrace, then short on a retrace, guys. But definitely gold could use a retrace. It dropped too low. It still has the possibility for lower movement, but here, this is what I would be paying attention to. Dollar CAD. Okay, let's open dollar CAD. Now we will switch to daily. Let's see pivot points. Yeah. Okay, here, quick look. Wow, this is looking like it could use a retrace. I mean, guys, this is bearish wedge in development. So really, this is bearish wedge. I mean, watch this. This is, yeah, bearish wedge. So it should drop there, but now this also can look as bullish pennant, but you know, it's now this is definitely what it might look. It could go both ways, and it's clearly showed here. You see how these trend lines are respected, top and bottom. So this looks like a bearish wedge, but also because of this, it looks like a bullish pennant. So what we could probably see here is, well, I would go for a breakout of either of these, H4 or L3. So pay attention to a possible breakout of these levels. Okay, that is what I would suggest, guys. Just watch for a possible breakout. I mean, it's still not clear, very, very clear, where the pair might head to because of this, but as I said, if it breaks there, then this is bearish wedge. If it breaks there, then this is bullish pennant. Clear as that. I mean, there is no big hassle with that. Just pay attention. Okay, and I think that is what we could see with dollar CAD. Two-way possible movement. Okay. I will show the slides again. New Zealand dollar. For long trades on dollar CAD here, L4, big confluence here. So here at this level, okay, try to spot a long setup, 34.90, 95. Okay, so pay attention. So possibly here, guys, yeah, indeed. Okay, next question. Let's see, guys. Okay, let's see now. Just okay, I'm trying to answer, guys, all of your questions. Okay. So yeah, dollar CAD here, that's it. Probably long here, breakout long, breakout short towards this level. Oil, can it turn? Well, let's see the oil. Okay, I'm sure that I have it here. You see the thing about oil. Here there is strong bearish order block. There are a lot of historical sellers. So if it gets here, I guess it could be sold. Here. See? So pay attention to this level, 42.95. Hamza is asking, would you trade breakout on Euro Gbp? Yes, only as a short scalp. Nathan is asking about New Zealand dollar. Again, short on rallies. I mean, this is clear to me. But because of this strong movement, we definitely need to see a healthy retracement. If I take this swing in consideration, I mean, I would go with a short trade when it retraces here. I mean, it needs at least 100 pips of retracement. So if we see a retracement, then I would go short. For me, this is short. So yeah, I'm paying attention to possible short trade opportunities. Okay, next question is, yeah, here, this is actually short, indeed. This level here, this zone here. For short opportunities, if we see a 4-hour close below 70.50, then you could zoom into lower time frames and try to trade it. Probably we will not be seeing a healthy retracement. Okay, so also pay attention to that. We will probably not see a healthy retracement if we see a 4-hour close below 70.50. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Let's see what this week will give us. Pay attention to my analysis. As always, you can clearly see it here on Admiral Markets. When I do the analysis, I tweet. Also on Monday, it's Forex Empire. And just pay attention to my Twitter updates, and I will definitely update as soon as I post the analysis. ODN, quick question. Of course, buy on dips. This is where we could try to find very clear for me here level, a lot of 885, a lot of history there, and also it's good because it has H3, it has EMA 89, and the pair is in general uptrend. This is general uptrend. Here, guys, very clear. This is spike, stop grab. But this is trend. So AUD yen is in uptrend. 80.85 is level to go up, to go long. Thanks, guys, for listening. If you have any questions, just email me. I will try to provide you with indicators, with answers. And as always, guys, I wish you to trade safe and, well, pay attention to the analysis. Cheers, guys. Talk to you soon.